Tennis has saved my life because first and foremost, without it, I quite literally would be 6 feet under.
This is Dylan Friedman, a former Division I athlete who has taken his talents to Northwestern's Combe Tennis Center.
I was mute until I was 7 years old. My form of communication was simple sentences, like really, really simple sentences. A lot of pointing, but the hardest part of communicating with people was the fact of not understanding the subtler things.
You go.
Like 5.
Yes! Oh, he tricked him!
And understanding cause and effect, understanding body language, understanding all these skills that a lot of people take for granted. All that stuff teaches you something, and it can teach you cause and effect or stuff like that. But not having that and not having that option made it so I had to learn those skills at a much later time than everyone else.
Dylan eventually learned these skills with the help of his mother.
She comes from an occupational therapist background, so she was able to understand and help me when I lacked these social skills and lacked these communication skills. One lesson I always remember is, like, you know, if kids were turning away from me on the playground, I would follow them. And I'd follow them in circles and try to talk to them. And then I wouldn't understand why they weren't talking to me. It seems silly, right? But when you're young, you know, that's what happens. So I would tell her, and she would be like, okay, Dylan, if they're turning away from you and their backs to you, that means they don't want to talk to you. And I was like, oh, okay. It took me a while to get that one, but like, we did it.
After constant surgery, excessive seizures, and a childhood with little to no communication, one decision changed Dylan's life forever.
So my parents were getting desperate. I was having seizures more and more often. Got to the point where I was having at least a couple a week, and we tried everything. Whether it was medication, I remember we did CBD stuff, the whole 9 yards. But basically we ended up going to Cornell Presbyterian in the city, and there was this clinical trial, and my parents were desperate, so they said, yeah, we'll sign them up for it, you know, and they credit to them for finding it. And it was, along with proper medication and stuff, does intense exercise play this cure in getting rid of epilepsy. So my parents were like, well, we're not going to put him in the gym for 6 hours a day, right? You're a young kid. But what are we going to do? We'll have him play tennis, because he's already been playing tennis once or twice a week. And within a year, my seizures dissipated.
Tennis gave Dylan the gift of life, and he's spreading that gift to others by teaching lessons.
Dylan is such a positive guy. When he came over here, it was very helpful for the classes, especially with the kids. Very energized, and gave us a positive force in our program.
Teaching a variety of ages ranging from 3 to 50 years old comes with highs.
My favorite part is, honestly, I love seeing it when kids get like that look of enthusiasm, or adults get that look of enthusiasm when they get something right. Like, very, very nice, very, very satisfying.
And lows.
The most challenging part is getting them to that point. If the student doesn't understand it, a lot of people have this misconception that it's on the student. If you don't understand it, it's not about the student not understanding it. It means you didn't teach it in a way in which they could process it.
Here's a normal recipe for you. And you say, why couldn't you hit that softly when we were rallying, Evelyn? That was perfect. Great ball. Nice shot.
While praising his students, Dylan could never forget to give thanks to his teacher.
Thank you letter to tennis. Wow. Thank you for making me the person who I am. Thank you for teaching me that in moments of strength and weakness that I'm okay. It's okay to struggle. Thank you for teaching me what hard work is. Thank you for teaching me how to deal with moments of adversity, how to deal with loss, how to deal with conflict. I mean, the amount of thanks that I have for it is just, I don't think I can measure it. And certainly without getting emotional, like it's just, he's given me everything. I think that's the best way to describe it, and it's truly given me everything, and I couldn't ask for better. So I just hope to at least give something back.
From Evanston, this is Anaya Jones with Madrid Reports.